So when I speak of trusting in life trauma, so when we don't, as Americans, when we don't know who we can trust, that's kind of hard. That's how we isolate ourselves. That's how we withdraw ourselves, and that's how we shut ourselves out because we don't know who we can trust because of the life trauma that has happened. And you guys, we also did a segment on the podcast about trusting and being committed to trusting ourselves again and trusting others around us. And so, you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys have had a chance to catch that. And if not, if you want to hear a little bit more about trusting, just go down the line on our episodes. But let's get back to the different steps of withdrawing ourselves, withdrawing our emotions. So, like I said, number one is life trauma. Number two is, depression. Depression is big. So, all of these steps go back into depression. So, when you're dealing with a life trauma, and sometimes you may not be dealing with a life trauma, and you still become depressed. Um, Depression does run in family settings, especially if one of the parents have battled with a disorder of depression. Um, Withdrawal is a disorder. I'm pretty sure a lot of us didn't recognize that, but withdrawing is a form of depression because when you withdraw and isolate and eliminate things around your life and in your life and people who care about you, that is a form of depression. And so we know that depression runs rampant in the United States today. And it also goes back to talking to a mental health counselor. There's a lot of Americans now who go see therapists, they go see professional counselors, and they also have a life coach or a mentor. And they see them on maybe a weekly basis or a monthly basis, however that you may need it. But I'm going to just go ahead and say this. There is nothing wrong with getting counseled. And that's whether it's a therapist, that's whether it's a family counselor, etc., you name it, because we're all trying to make it in this world and we're all trying to make it in this life. And we want to stay healthy. And that's what I mean, you guys, about staying healthy and being transparent, being open, and talking about our feelings. That's why this month in April, I wanted to touch back on health and wellness. And we want to make sure that we include health and wellness because it is important. It's been important every day of our life, but more so now in the seasons that we've been in, it's very prominent and it's very important for us to be open and to find someone and talk to someone that we trust. And so I want to go back to even just like I said earlier, that we at times shut our own selves out. So if we're isolating ourselves and we're withdrawing from our family members or peers or children, and then we're also withdrawing from ourselves. We're shutting our own selves out. And so there's different states of depression. I'm not going to go through all of them, you guys. I just want to let you know that there are different states of depression, and everybody has a different scenario of life traumas. Um, Everybody has a different story, and everybody go through different situations. It's just how we deal with them. Some of us deal with them differently than others. Some people can cope with life itself, and some people can. Some people can cope with trauma and they get through it, and some people need a helping hand. And I'm just going to put that out there. And I'm pretty sure that we have been through some type of life trauma in our life, or some type of depression, or depression tried to knock on your door. And when depression tries to knock on your door, there are some people that can stop depression from knocking on their door, and there are some people that can't stop depression from knocking on their door, so they need help. And so, I just want to share that with you guys. I want to encourage you guys that anytime that you feel like you are withdrawing yourself or isolating yourself and you feel like you can't talk to anybody, you know, it's important that you make peace with yourself and forgive yourself for whatever has happened. Whatever situation you have been through, you need to affirm daily that you love you and that you can get through anything. It may seem hard, and it's kind of hard when before you can even confide in someone, you got to make peace with yourself and you got to make yourself okay and you'll make yourself all right. That's why it's important to make the necessary steps and get the resources that you need to get so you can cope every day. And then you can be like, okay, now I can open up and I can find someone that I can trust and I can talk to. And I can go see my counselor, my therapist, my life coach, whatever, etc. So it's important that you make that peace with yourself. And because if you don't make peace with yourself and if you don't stop shutting yourself out, and then you're going to always isolate yourself and you're always going to be fearful and feel like you can't trust anybody. And so, like I said, you guys, even today, us as Americans, um, we go through um, withdrawal of our emotions and withdrawal from certain things and certain people around us. And it's not that people mean to hurt your feelings or anything like that. The fact of the matter is people are hurting themselves. And so they need a helping hand to make peace with themselves and to forgive themselves and to get help where help is needed. But the step starts with each individual. The step starts with each and every one of. That's the first step. The first step is honesty, and then learning to embrace yourself, learning to accept the fact that this went on in my life, or this happened to me in my life, or there was a scenario, a situation where I couldn't grasp, or I couldn't, you know, I couldn't accept the fact of what someone told me. I'm just using examples, you guys, especially that part where I says where there could be some situations where some things were just not your fault. And actually, to be honest, when you go through certain things in life or whatever, we all make mistakes. So that's something that we have to understand. So that's why I say making peace with yourself, forgiving yourself, loving yourself first before you can confide in anybody else, and you can really open up and be around and talk to people who really love you, really care about you, people who really care about your well-being. So this is very important that, we as Americans get the help and resources that we need, so we will not continue to shut ourselves out, and so we won't continue to shut other people out. I hope this helps someone. Thank you guys for tuning in and viewing and listening to WCD Podcast, which is WC to Life on Purpose. And it's all behind WC to Life Coaching Dreams Incorporated. Thank you so much, you guys, for just again liking and sharing. And I hope you get some insight from what we are doing and what we are building. And so, you guys, I'm definitely excited still about the more conversations and the more talks to come, and the guests who can come on still and share with you guys about their emotions, their feelings, and how they got over and how they came through it all. So, you guys, thanks so much. And we will see you guys on another episode. Bye.